Alright, hopefully this will be a quick yet detailed tutorial on the Charactermancer, and it will hopefully help my group make a decision as to whether or not we are going to go with Roll20 as our virtual tabletop choice. For the sake of this video, I'm assuming that you have made it into Roll20, in other words, have signed up for it, and that your DM has invited you to a game. When you come in, you're probably looking at the chat tab. You're going to want to switch to the journal tab. I have some of my folks already logged into my game here, or set up in my game. And Hudson has set up one of his characters, but he hasn't set up his backup character. I'm going to go ahead and set up a backup character for Hudson so that you can see how that would work. So when Hudson came in, he would only see his character and his backup character. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it will open up. I've got a little placeholder token here for him, and when you click on character sheet, you are all ready to enter the stuff on your character sheet, and it says, hey, do you want to use the Charactermancer? So this video is about the Charactermancer and how easy it is to set up your character here using it. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and we get the little wizard hat. We're all ready to go. So clicking next. And for this character, I'm going to decide that Hudson's going to play a halfling. And I get a dex score increase. Let's give us an alignment. I like chaotic good. So therefore he's going to like it too. Don't worry, I'll delete this and let him create his own backup character. Subrace, we'll go Lightfoot. I always go Stout. I'm going to go Lightfoot this time. Oh, Charisma +1. Nice. Awesome. Next. Choose a class. Hudson likes to play rogues. We're going to let him be a rogue. That's how he rolls. And ooh, skill proficiencies. This is important. We better click that for him. He's going to want acrobatics, stealth. He's probably going to want perception. He's big on that. And we'll go persuasion on this guy. Expertise, acrobatics, stealth. And there we go. Next. So we finally made it to ability scores, and we're all ready to choose our ability score method. And I've already told all of the players in my group that we use standard array. So we go there, we hit the drop down, and nothing. So let me explain this. For some reason, the basic rules provided free by Wizards of the Coast do not include any character generation methods. Well, some of them do and some of them don't. But apparently the one provided to Roll20 does not. Therefore, you have to buy the player's handbook on Roll20 in order to have character generation methods. So, my best bet would be to tell you to go generate your characters. And in this case, since we're using standard array, we're going to use the D&D Beyond rules for that. See, there they are, in the basic rules provided to D&D Beyond. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8 is what we have to work with. And our dump stat's going to be strength because we're a little halfling rogue and it makes sense. And we're going to go over to the next thing and we will find out that those racial ability things get added. So we actually have a dex of 17, charisma of 15. See how that worked out? And we're going to choose a background. And we're going to go custom because he obviously was not an acolyte. We're going to say he was a street urchin. Because why not? And proficiencies. So proficiencies with the street urchin. We're going to give him a skill. And we're going to say that skill was deception, because that just seems to make sense. I'm not going to add any custom background features. This is where you would put your character's personality traits in any bonds you have. My players fill out a whole page on this for me using a Google form, so I'd probably copy and paste that in there for them and tie it all together and make it make sense. And now we would like to choose our equipment. I'm just going to go, you could either go with starting wealth and then you could just show up and pick your equipment in session 0. I'm going to go with class equipment. I'm going to say this is going to be a little swashbuckling halfling. I'm going to give him a short bow, a quiver of 20 arrows, because why the heck not? And we're going to give him burglar's pack, because yeah, he should totally have one of those. And as there are no spells for him to pick, we're just going to go next. Feats. Next. Bio. Let's call the character Merrick the Sly. That sounds nice. I'll let him fill all that chunk in. And there we go. Add these things later. We're going to apply changes. And it builds our character for us. And that's it. That is the whole Charactermancer setup, part 1. So if you just wanted to know how to make a character in here, you can stop now. So Charactermancer, part 2. And this is why I want to use Roll20. Now that we have our character set up, we can do some awesome things for it. Number 1, we can go over here to bio and info. And we should be able to edit this. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. Let's close out of it. And we're going to go back in. And now we've got our edit button again. Don't know why we lose it, but there we've got it. We're going to remove this, and now we need a token. Token stamp right here, tool linked below. It's going to be a great item to use. And I went ahead and found this picture on the internet. I don't even know if that is a halfling or a gnome. I'm going to say it's a halfling, and because he looks the way that I want my character to look. And I can easily upload that here and download. To save time, I've done that already, so let's go get it. Awesome. Save changes for Merrick the Sly. And we're going to pull him out here onto our page. And this is how he would appear on any maps in Roll20. And now, here comes the magic. This is awesome. So hang on to your hats. This is hotter than Aunt Jane's mustache. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to his character sheet. We're going to flip from the journal tab to the chat. And in the chat, I'm going to scroll on down here, and we're going to make an attack. The dice roll. I come down here, I hit my up arrow, and all this code appears. Command A, Control A, whatever. I'm going to select all. Command C. I'm going to come over here to abilities. We're going to add one. Going to name it for the weapon. Check. Show as token action. And there we go. Now if we click back here, anytime I want to attack, boom, it's done. So as long as my token is out there and selected, I can do that. And I can do that for any quick items that I want to use. Let's say I want to roll for dexterity. He needs to make a reflex save, although we just call that a dexterity save in 5th edition. Boom. Command A, Command X. Come on up here. Add it. We're going to call that sucker I like to put all my saves together, so I start them with SAV. And there we go. If I click off of that and back on, oh, we didn't show it as an action. Boom. And now he's got his little quick bar. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and edit this guy. And we are going to make this his hit points. And let's make this his AC. And a lot of times I'll make this the passive perception. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what his passive perception is. 12. So he's rocking a 12 on passive perception. You can pretty much make these things anything you want to. That's generally how I set them up. And we're going to save changes there. And now, if I head over here, edit, use selected token, save changes, take this guy off of there. Now anytime I go over to my journal tab and pull out Merrick the Sly, there he is, got all of his relevant info right up here. I want to attack, boom, click the button, he rolls, he's always rolling advantage, so I've got both dice, so if I tell my players they're rolling at disadvantage, they take the lower dice. At advantage, they take the higher dice. And everything is there, set up, ready to roll. So here is another quick example of everything that's possible with this. We'll pull out his main character. When we click there, we see we've got sneak attack damage added. We've got thrown dagger, rapier, Red's lucky knife, save constitution, save dex, save wisdom. Everything's there. You can roll it and it's ready to go.